I worked for years before buying myself a Lamborghini Huracan. Bright yellow, loud as thunder, and unapologetically flashy. It wasn't just a car. It was my dream, the reward for countless late nights building my business. The problem? I lived in a subdivision run by an HOA, and the HOA was run by Karen. Everyone knew her. Sharp haircut, giant sunglasses, and a voice that carried like a siren. She nitpicked everything, lawn height, mailbox colors, even kids' chalk drawings on the sidewalk. I figured she wouldn't love the Lamborghini, but I had all the paperwork, so I braced myself. What I didn't expect was her son. His name was Kyle, 20-something, jobless, still living at home. He swaggered around the neighborhood like he owned it. Loud exhaust on his clapped-out Civic, backward baseball cap, and the entitled air of someone who thought my mom runs the HOA meant diplomatic immunity. The first time he saw my car, his eyes nearly popped out of his head. "Dude, sick Lambo," he said, circling it like a vulture. "So, when are you letting me drive it?" I laughed. "Not in this lifetime." His grin twisted into a scowl. "Come on, my mom runs this neighborhood. If she says the car's a nuisance, you'll have to hand it over." I thought he was joking. He wasn't. 2 nights later, I caught him inside my driveway, tugging on the door handle. I stepped out and shouted, "Back away from the car." Kyle smirked. "Relax, man. Just checking it out. My mom says this thing doesn't belong here. You should probably give it to me before the HOA finds you." I called the cops. They showed up, but Kyle played innocent. "Just admiring it, officers. No harm done." They gave him a warning and told me to install cameras. Well, I did. A week later, the cameras paid off. At 2 a.m., alarms blared. My phone showed live footage. Kyle again, this time with a Slim Jim and a buddy filming on their phone, narrating like it was some YouTube stunt. "We're about to take this Lambo, boys. HOA royalty, baby." I hit the panic button on my security app. Sirens screamed. Lights flooded the driveway. Kyle froze like a deer in headlights. The cops arrived in minutes. This time, I had the footage. The officers pulled him aside. He started whining immediately. "You can't arrest me. My mom owns the HOA. She'll make you sorry." The younger cop raised an eyebrow. "Ma'am," he called to Karen, who had stormed out in pajamas, screeching from across the street, "do you own the HOA?" Karen puffed herself up. "I run the HOA. This whole neighborhood answers to me." The cop deadpanned, "Good to know, because right now you're both answering to us." They cuffed Kyle on the spot for attempted grand theft auto. The neighborhood exploded with gossip. People who'd endured years of Karen's nonsense were giddy. She had spent years throwing around HOA rules like they were divine law. But the second her son was hauled off in the back of a squad car, her power crumbled. At the next board meeting, the residents voted her out unanimously. Turns out most of them were sick of her, too. As for Kyle, he spent the night in county lockup. His buddy had happily handed over the phone footage to the police, which became Exhibit A. These days, I still take the Lamborghini out every weekend. Neighbors wave, some even stop to admire it. And every time I drive past Karen's house, I notice her curtains twitch. She doesn't come outside anymore, not after the humiliation of having her son arrested in front of the whole block. And Kyle? Well, his Civic hasn't moved in months. Rumor is he's not allowed to drive until his court date. So my Lamborghini is safe, and Karen learned the hard way. You can't run a neighborhood like a kingdom, not when your heir apparent gets arrested for trying to steal the crown jewels.